The sheriff's office said Bogwart gave a number of reasons for staging his death, including personal matters. He had planned for months to fake his death and flee the country, telling authorities he chose to disappear on Green Lake because it was the deepest lake in Wisconsin. Let's see, the wife of the Wisconsin kayaker who faked his own drowning so he could leave her and their children and meet a woman in Eastern Europe filed court documents on Thursday seeking to end their marriage. If you're going to fake your death, try to start a new life in a new place with a new lady, meet her first. Find an excuse to meet her first. I would say stick with domestic because there's a lot of risk overseas, and I know that 90 Day Fiance makes it look like there's all models over there, and they'll date any old schlub from America just to have an American. That is not reality. No, I know it's reality TV, but it's not reality. You are probably going to get scammed more often than not. I would say find a woman in America. Or a woman you can bring to America. Verify the woman and that the situation you're going to is real before you throw away your life to go to it. All right.
I sent you a picture so you could, throw it up there so people don't talk about it. But I mean,
Okay.
I mean.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I give you. It just pulled up here. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Ryan Borgwart. Ryan Borgwart, ladies and gentlemen. There you go. There he is.
Yeah.
What's going on here? Why are we looking at Ryan Borgwart?
I come get you.
A Wisconsin kayaker accused of faking his death appears in court.
Well.
Ryan Bogwart appeared in court on Wednesday after vanishing in August during a kayaking trip in what authorities say was an attempt to fake his death and flee to Europe. Bogwart returned from Europe on Tuesday and turned himself into law enforcement in Wisconsin, his home state. During his court appearance, the court entered a not guilty plea on his behalf to a misdemeanor obstruction charge. He told the court he couldn't afford an attorney. His bond was set at $500, and he is scheduled to return to court in January. Bogwart, a married 44-year-old father of 3, has been living in Europe and arrived in the U.S. on Tuesday. It doesn't say how long he was living there.
Since August.
Okay. Well, I mean, I don't know how long he stayed in Canada before he went there. Or,
no, but the timeline seems very he went from one to the other.
Bogwart was not extradited and came back on his own accord, said the police. They are pushing for Bogwart to pay restitution. They said his office spent between $35,000 and $40,000 on the search.
He's like the male Sherry Papini.
Yeah. So basically, they're saying you wasted
resources,
about $40,000 worth of taxpayer money. You're going to have to pay back. Yeah. They would not say what made Bogwart decide to return to the U.S., what part of Europe he was living in, or share what conversations he had with his family.
They say that in another article. It's Georgia.
It says the kayaker is cooperating with police. Why is cooperating in quotation?
Cooperating. Okay.
In August, authorities initially believed that he had drowned, but an exhaustive investigation that involved cadaver dogs, divers, federal law enforcement revealed that he intended to fake his death and was residing somewhere in Eastern Europe. In November, it was revealed the sheriff's office was in contact with Bogwart, including a proof of life video that showed the Wisconsin man in an apartment in an undisclosed location.
He was in Georgia.
During a November news conference, the sheriff's office said Bogwart gave a number of reasons for staging his death, including personal matters. He had planned for months to fake his death and flee the country, telling authorities he chose to disappear on Green Lake because it was the deepest lake in Wisconsin. And that is where the article ends.
Yeah, and so this one, so the wife has filed for divorce. Obviously.
Okay,
yeah.
so this is a follow-up. The wife of a Wisconsin kayaker who faked his own death moves to end their marriage. Would imagine so.
I would think so, yes.
Let's see. The wife of the Wisconsin kayaker who faked his own drowning so he could leave her and their children and meet a woman in Eastern Europe filed court documents on Thursday seeking to end their marriage. Online court records indicate that Mrs. Bogwart filed a petition with the circuit court seeking a legal separation from Bogwart. According to the petition, the marriage is irrevocably broken. No shit. The document does not elaborate. I don't think she needs to.
I don't think she needs to.
A woman who answered the phone at the office of her attorney on Thursday said he would have no comment. Online court records don't list an attorney for Ryan, for Mr. Bogwart.
Yeah, he came back with $20 in his pocket.
The separation petition states that the couple has been married for 22 years, and Ms. Bogwart wants sole custody of their 3 teenage children. The document adds that Emily works at a private school. Ryan is listed as self-employed and currently residing at an unknown address. The hearing for the case has been set for April. Ryan, who's now 45, was reported missing on August 12th after telling his wife the night before that he was kayaking on Green Lake, about 100 miles northwest of Milwaukee. His disappearance was first investigated as a possible drowning, but subsequent clues, including that he obtained a new passport 3 months before his disappearance, that's all the lead-up time you did for this?
Yep.
Led investigators to speculate that he faked his death to meet up with a woman he had been communicating with in Uzbekistan,
Yep.
a former Soviet republic in Central Asia. Investigators made contact with Bogwart in November and convinced him to return to the U.S. He turned himself in to the sheriff's office on Tuesday and was charged Wednesday with obstructing the search for his body. According to the criminal complaint, he traveled 50 miles from his family's home on August 11th. During the night, he overturned his kayak on the lake, paddled back to shore in an inflatable raft that he brought with him, dumping his identification in the lake along the way.
Yeah.
Rode an electric bicycle 70 miles to Madison, where he caught a bus to Toronto, flew to Paris, and then to an unspecified country in Eastern Europe. He told investigators that a woman picked him up and they spent several days in a hotel before he took up residency in the county of Georgia, in the country of Georgia, according to the complaint. Bogwart was released from jail Wednesday in Green Lake on a signature bond. He told a judge Wednesday that he would represent himself or he's going to jail.
You're going to jail.
Because he only had $20 in his wallet. You know that they'll provide you. Okay. The judge told him the court would appoint an attorney for him, but online court records didn't list one as of Thursday.
Why couldn't he just buy a Harley Davidson and
What'd
start
you do?
sleeping with a 20-something
So
on the
if
side,
I can theorize
like a normal
if I can theorize for a
midlife
moment here
crisis.
/ correct this plan. First of all, you're planning to fake your death and not get caught. You need at least a 3-year lead up to the date you're going to fake your death. Like, you need to go, I think I want to fake my death.
A body would probably be helpful as well.
Whatever day you decide you're going to do this, you need to plan the date you're going to do it 3 years from that day. And you need to start doing all your prep work 3 years in advance.
Yeah.
Chances are they're not going to look back 3 years.
Not 3 months.
Yeah, not 3 months, 3 years. They might look back 1 year, maybe 2. They usually don't look back 3. You're probably safe on 3. I'd say even longer, but you're probably safe on 3. Get all the paperwork stuff out of the way immediately.
Yep.
Because the more time between when you got that paperwork and the incident that happened, the less suspicious it looks.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they won't find it eventually, but finding that you got a new passport 3 years prior,
3 months
I would even
prior.
say get a new passport 3 years prior and then use it to take your family on a trip somewhere, so you have an
Yeah.
excuse for getting the
Yeah.
passport. You know, treat your family one last time before you fake your fucking death, you piece of shit. All right. Then 3 years after your trip, where you've gotten this passport and you disappear, cops aren't going to cry foul when they find, oh, he registered for a new passport. Oh, well, shortly
but then
after,
they went
but the
to
whole family
France.
registered
Yeah.
and they went to France for,
Yeah.
a getaway. Yeah, like he planned to get away for his family.
Yeah.
Even if you only got the passport to go to Canada, so you could drive there and take a cheap vacation.
There you go.
The point is, you're registering that new passport with a purpose, and once that purpose has been served, they see that
There you go. Yeah.
that the passport lays dormant and there's no reason for it to be used again. They won't see any suspicion there. They'll just continue on with the idea that you drowned.
Yep.
And they'll continue looking for a body. Now, if I can theorize as to what happened and why he brought himself back, I imagine that
Do
this
you
sumbitch...
think he was honest with this chick from Uzbekistan?
I don't think the chick from Uzbekistan was honest with him.
Oh, you think it was her?
I think he was catfished. I think he got there and realized that this is not what I signed up for. And I have almost thrown my life away for this. But I don't have the money to get back. I'm stuck here. And then the police pop up offering to get him back free of charge. And why else would you choose that over staying, like, you've committed to this. You put everything into it.
Committed.
Why would you then bail?
And you
Unless
have had
you
3
got there.
months to rethink this.
Unless you got there and realized this isn't what I thought it was, I've made a grave mistake, and now I'm stuck here. And then the police show up and go, well, we'll give you a ride back for free. And you go, at least I'll be back home. Maybe I
There
can
you
fight
go.
this. Maybe I can serve my time and get back out. Maybe I can see him rationalizing it in his head. Because obviously he planned the trip there.
He did not
plan
anything beyond that.
He did not plan coming back or
No.
anything beyond that.
He didn't plan his life
So
there, I don't
That
think.
is what I think happened. I
Yeah.
think he got catfished.
Yep.
I think he
Sounds
got
about
there
right.
from Uzbekistan, and either the woman didn't look like what he thought she was going to look like, she didn't live in the situation he thought she was going to live in, or she was a sex trafficked girl, and he got there, and he didn't just meet her, he also met her handlers.
Yep.
He met her pimps. And they're like, this is how this is going to work now. You belong to us now.
Yes. Either way,
Yeah.
the situation was not what he thought it was going to be when he got there. And now,
Now, the lesson all you kids at home can learn. is,
buy Harley Davidson and, a mistress when you have a midlife crisis and be done with
The
it.
lesson you all can learn now is if you're going to fake your death and try to start a new life in a new place with a new lady, meet her first.
Yeah.
Find an excuse to meet her first. I would say stick with domestic because there's a lot of risk overseas, and I know that 90 Day Fiance makes it look like there's all models over there, and they'll date any old schlub from America just to have an American. That is not reality. I know it's reality TV, but it's not reality.
No.
You are probably going to get scammed more often than not. I would say find a woman in America. Or a woman you can bring to America. Verify the woman and that the situation you're going to is real before you throw away your life to go to it. Because you can fake your death and
Think
move.
about it.
You can't move to any major cities, but you could fake your death and you could move to some
Bumfuck
some
nowhere.
bumfuck town in West
Yeah.
Virginia, Alabama, or some armpit of America the feds
Yeah.
don't care about. And you could probably stay under the radar and off the grid for a while. You can even get you could probably even get a new ID.
Yep.
You could do the research to fake some documents to get a new identification, get a new driver's license or whatever. Like, you could do all of that.
Yeah. You could.
And it would be a lot less trouble and probably less expensive than what you
I was gonna say, and cheaper. But yeah. So now he's back. He's in some legal trouble.
Best case scenario for him, I would imagine, Because it sounds like
Like I
I'm
said,
not sure.
It's very Sheriff Papini.
I'm not sure what the specific crime he's probably going to get nailed with, because they got him on, like, the misdemeanor charge. Seems like they don't care about that one. That's one that they, if he had a lawyer, he would know that when they tack on misdemeanor and bullshit charges like that, those are the charges that get dismissed when you take a plea deal.
Mm-hmm.
Those are there to be dismissed so that you think you're getting a good plea deal, when in reality you're probably getting the sentence they would have given you anyway if you got a good outcome. They're just tricking you into accepting it without a court case. They don't have to, waste the court's time and stuff. They're just getting you to admit to the crime.
Yeah.
And saying, hey, we'll drop all these misdemeanors, and this one that's supposed to get you 10 years, we'll give you 7. But you got to admit to guilt. You got to say you were guilty. And yeah, that's usually how those deals work. When in reality, if he'd have gone to court with a good lawyer, a lawyer probably could have got the misdemeanors dismissed and got him 7 years anyway. And he wouldn't have had to plead guilty to do it. So on record, he would still not be guilty.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Sure that he was, that they fought for his innocence. But
well,
I would imagine best case for him. I don't know what they said they were seeking restitution. I imagine if they were seeking jail time, that would have been listed. So more than likely, they're going to get their restitution, but he don't have the money to pay it. So he's going to, best case, he's going to have to work it off. So he might get house arrest, probation, or something like that, and then absolute fuck ton of community service. I'd say the more probable, that's best case. I'd say the more probable situation is he's going to have to spend X number of years in jail to work off his debt in jail, and then afterward he'll be out on parole and still have to do community service afterward. Like you're working this off, motherfucker.
Like I don't know,
unless he can find a way to pay it.
Because I don't work in that line. I'm not in that line of work. But to me,
maybe you call your new Uzbekistani in-laws and maybe they'll pay it for you.
I feel like hearing somewhere like cadaver dogs and shit that's like real expensive. That to me that seems like maybe
I imagine the dogs
part of the straw that broke the camel's
I mean, that's part of it. I imagine the part that like shot the bill through the roof wasn't the cadaver dogs or the sheriffs. It's the fact that they got the feds involved.
And that
if the FBI is showing up, there's a bill with that.
Oh yeah,
it's a pretty steep bill. It's the feds showing up that shot the bill.
Isn't that what happened with Papini too? They got the
once the feds get involved, like now that's federal money, and they've got unlimited resources, so they're not going to care how much they spend. Like the local place probably, like with the dogs and the regular sheriffs, it maybe reached a few thousand at most. Yeah. But the minute the feds showed up, it's not a few thousand. It's tens of thousands. And every day they're there, it's getting bigger. Yeah, so because they have unlimited federal money to use.
I just can't imagine what went through your mind when you planned this, because you didn't plan it very well. But when you planned this, what went through your mind? Because now that you're back, your wife is leaving you, and I'm pretty sure your kids probably want nothing to do with you.
I would imagine he expected and was probably fine with all of that, because that is exactly what he intended to do to them.
That's what he intended to do, but I'm just saying, when you got over there and things were not what you thought they were.
Yeah, you had no backup plan?
You don't have anything now. You're like...
You had no option B in case shit goes south? Like
you planned this not at all. Like, I know he probably thought he did, but...
Like, at best... You could have even like made an excuse for the passport change and gone over there and met her first without leaving your wife and kids or faking your death. You just could have come up with a good just come up with it, because that's not illegal in and of itself. Your wife can argue about why you're over there, but it's not illegal to just go over there and just meet her. You could lie to your wife and be like, business trip or
well, wasn't he self-employed? What?
All he has to do is fake some documentation that he's got a business opportunity.
I'm trying to figure out what he was self-employed doing.
I don't know, but you can come up with some shit online.
I mean, yeah.
I mean,
guess.
if you've got all this time to scheme a fake death plan, I mean,
True.
you could scheme a way to get over there
A business
and
trip,
make up
yeah.
a good excuse that your wife won't question. And you could even like fake some paperwork to prove it so that you can make it look as legit as possible.
Yeah.
You can, because faking shit to your wife is way easier than faking shit to the police. They're like, are you kidding me? Just fucking print up some fake paperwork.
Nope. He
That's-
decided to do it all straight out the gate.
even if his like self-employment is I do Instacart.
yeah.
Even if it's something as simple as that, then you could go, I'm trying to make something better of myself, sweetie, and an opportunity has fallen onto my lap.
Yep.
And just make it look like a business is interested in you. They want to meet you first, and they're an overseas business, so you're
Yep.
going to take this trip. I mean, that's just spitballing off the top of my head. If you really researched it, you could probably find better reasons to go over there. Anything's better than fake your death and possibly get the FBI involved. The FBI isn't going to get involved when a woman's like, my husband went overseas and I think he lied about the reason, and they're going to be like, I don't care.
Yeah. Like
That's a you problem.
that's a you problem.
Divorce him, I guess. I don't know. Maybe he's cheating on you. Yeah, like they don't give a fuck about that domestic.
I don't like
kinda shit.
why the hell? Why? Like it blows my mind.
I
Why?
mean, we just saw the picture of him. He didn't.
No, he doesn't look like
He doesn't
got a
look
lot
like the
going
sharpest
on.
knife in the drawer,
Yeah,
sweetheart.
no, he doesn't. He doesn't seem that way. I don't know. I don't believe in burning bridges no matter what it is. Hell, I could never quit a job unless I had another job to go to.
Yeah, yeah. Like I always have a plan for what I'm gonna.
Like I just can't
I
imagine.
always
this.
have two plans. I have the what comes next, and the what I'm gonna do if that doesn't work out. Like
Yeah.
I've always got a way
Something.
out. Like never
Flying by
never
the seat
close
of
it.
your pants, kind of
Never
deal.
close the door without opening a window, buddy. Like it's just always have a way out. Always have a next move, and then a move in case that one failed. Like always, like this is your fucking future here. Like what are you doing? Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't operate the. I don't operate the.
His
same way.
only move was that move over to Europe. That was it.
Yeah, like fuck jobs and having another job lined up. I don't go out to eat without going. All right.
What if the place I want to go to is closed?
All right, if Taco Bell's closed for some reason, we're going here. Like I'm already planning that
Yes.
shit out.
Like,
I don't know.
what is
It's just-
this?
I don't get it. I don't get it.
Uproots that literally kills themselves off without just a plan of some sorts. Like, besides, how do I get over there and how do I kill myself? But I thought you'd find that interesting.
White people, am I right?
It's some crazy white people stuff.
Jesus.
Like, I'm just saying.
All right. I guess that's it for today's video. Not. We're reading an article. I was hoping there'd be some videos attached to this when you said you
sorry.
had something for me, but
Sorry, but I saw that and I was just like,
we all learned valuable lessons here about how to properly fake our death or just
or just to have a midlife crisis. the normal
leave
way.
your wife if you don't want to be there anymore.
Jesus Christ.
It's not illegal to just leave your wife, and your kids are teenagers. You can just be like, y'all are good, right?
Deuces. Yeah, like I'm done.
I mean, how old were they? If they were like 16,
Okay,
can you
but-
not just wait until they're 18 and then leave? Like, if child support is what you're worried about, because technically if you left, you might still have to pay that. You've made it this far.
I'm
What's a few
sorry.
more years before you just nope out, and as soon as your kids are 18, be like, we're done.
We're done.
I don't love you anymore.
I
And I
never
haven't
loved you.
for a while. Kids, you're adults now. I feel like you can make it on your own. Don't call me. Deuces.
Never call me.
You'd be an asshole,
Yes.
but you're also, but not as big an asshole
Not as big as
this.
that.
This is traumatic. That's just, my dad's a dick.
Yeah.
I mean,
like,
kind of traumatic, I guess, but not as
not as
traumatic.
I mean,
Because everyone can look and be like, your dad, like, well, he did wait till we were 18. And,
yeah,
like,
at least he told us.
yeah,
Like,
and he said goodbye. Yeah, like, you did it the right way. as right of a
As
way
right
as
of
you
a
could
way as you
abandon your
can,
family.
yeah.
Like, that's probably the best way possible to abandon your family. Yeah, just, I don't know.
Let's be honest.
This is-
I mean, okay, but
Look, faking your death is hard. To the point of being damn near impossible.
yeah, it is.
It's easier just to change your identity.
Or just
You
to
can-
get the
you can-
divorce.
You can I mean, if that's what you really want to do, is start a new life and not have anyone bother you, you can still disappear without faking your death and breaking the law. You can get the divorce.
You can like give up your parental rights and shit.
You can give
People
up.
do that
You
all
can
the
get the
time.
divorce. You can give up your parental rights, and then you can if starting over is really your idea, then you can go down to the courthouse the next day and get your name changed. You can even get a new social security number. You can get a new identity, and then just go somewhere. Get new, delete all your social media, throw your cell phone away, get a new one, get new everything under that new name. And that's where anyone looking you up's trail would stop, because they're not supposed to tell you when someone changes their name and stuff, unless it's a criminal matter. Like if it's just a citizen going, hey, I'm looking for so-and-so, and they can be like, he did register for a name change here. What do you change that? We can't reveal that. That's it. That's where their search would stop.
My thought is
only the cops can get the new identity and track you down, and that's only if they believe you've committed a crime. If it's just, well, I guess he didn't want to live with me anymore. That's not a crime. Cops aren't going to investigate that. Yeah,
it's
you can
an
just
asshole move, but it's
you
not
can
a
just
crime.
start a new identity without trying to off yourself.
Without having to bring the feds into it.
It's just crazy.
But saying teenagers, a teenager can be a 13-year-old. I mean, how much you want to bet? He's got 3 children. At least one of them had to be young teenager. That's some.
If they were
that
all
is some
teenagers,
horrible shit.
If they were all teenagers, I would guess the oldest is 16 or 17.
Yes.
So close to 18. And then you've only got 2 more to worry about. If child
The
support's
youngest
really
would
what you're worried about.
Probably be 13, 14.
Worst case, you'd have to wait 5 years. Worst case. If the youngest is 13, if they're all teenagers and the youngest possible would be 13. At worst case, you just got to wait 5 years before you leave if you're trying to avoid the child support thing. That's it. That's worst case.
Yeah, worst case.
Now you're looking at serving 5 to 10 years, probably, if
Maybe
not more.
more.
I don't know. I don't know what the specific
And paying
sentencing
a
is.
good amount
And yes,
of money.
paying at least $40,000.
Yeah,
that you clearly
back.
don't have. Yeah.
And you've lost your wife and your kids now.
Oh, and you're a felon now, so
And you're felon.
good luck with that job thing.
Yeah.
When you get out, good luck starting over now. Yeah, this is a way worse option.
Yeah, he did not think this through. God damn.
Well, another moron off the streets. Good riddance.
Good night.
Yep, good riddance. She's better off. Those kids are better off. I don't feel bad for any of them.
Yep.
He did them a favor, and he did society a favor by removing himself from society willingly. So it's not often we get a win like that. Most of them just fly under the radar, and they must live among us, and we have to deal with them. You all know what it's like. You've been on Twitter. But that's going to do it for today's video, guys. I know it's not my usual content, but slow news day, as they say. So thanks for watching. If you want to see more of the usual content, be sure to sub to the channel. There's plenty to watch if you're new here. There's a good variety of content. So I'm at the throw shit at the wall and see what sticks phase. So watch a few videos. Just watch a variety of things. They're not all going to be the same kind of content. So if you didn't like one, watch a few others and let me know in the comments what's working for you and what's not. All right, for now, though, we're going to go to bed.
Yes, good night.
And we do these live streams every night starting at around 11 p.m. So if you want to give feedback live, be sure to catch us right here. Until next time, see you witches. Later. Have a good night, everybody.